What is up, my lovely people? Happy New Year, and I hope you guys are all doing great. Welcome back, and here we have our top 10 figures of 2024 video. And let's just get started. Let's go straight in. So basically, my honorable mentions are two figures that I don't have that would have been the replacements for the reissues that I put on this list. I don't really typically consider reissues as new figures of this year, but like I said, since I don't have the figures that I put in honorable mention, I'm going to keep them there for now. So the first figure we have on honorable mention is Captain America, the new Mafex Captain America. He looks awesome. He looks clean. You know, Mafex never fails to give us a comic figure. He looks amazing. He comes with great accessories, and just the sculpt and the figure just looks great. It looks amazing, and the colors are great. It's just such a well done figure, and I believe it's one of their top comic figures in their line. I don't have him yet. He's not going to arrive for another couple weeks, so I didn't want to postpone this video for too long. He's definitely on this list, guys. I would have put him second or third if I had him right now in hand. And then moving on to Revoltech Thor. In my opinion, it's my favorite Thor figure, like at 1/12 scale. He looks amazing. He does run a bit short, but his accessories are phenomenal for the price that you're paying for him. His build is amazing. He looks like the God of Thunder. He looks amazing. Again, the only problem with this figure is that he's a little too short, but then you get that soft goods cape. You get all these lightning effects. You get his hammer. You get all of these different things that you can do so many poses with. And Revoltech is amazing with articulation, so you already know how you're going to be cooking with this Revoltech Thor. So starting off my top 10 list, we have Arkham Batman. And he was going to be swapped with Nightfall Batman, but I just think that the design that they did on this figure is great. I love how the suit came out. It looks amazing. The only problems that I had with this figure was the shoulder pads and the cape. I didn't really like how that shoulder pad was getting loose, and also the general lack of accessories, which I'm going to show you on the back of the box. It's a very lacking in accessories. He does come with a couple pairs of hands, his grapple hook, and like batarangs, and his like wrist thing with swappable things, but I just feel like making his angry face when he's fighting a special part in this figure was just a big L for me. They could have made his grapple hook a extra part or the special part, exclusive part, but man, putting that angry face as a bonus piece was just a complete L for me. So that's why this boy is number 10. But then we're moving on to number 9. We have a figure that I don't really know much about because I don't watch Dragon Ball, but we have the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Goku. He comes with Gohan, he comes with the Nimbus Cloud, he comes with like that red staff. I think he's a great figure, especially for the price that he was at. He comes with so much, and it's just a great package. And for me, it's just like my definitive Goku in my collection. I am aiming to get every main character from the big animes, and this is the one that I'm going to settle with. So very happy about that, and just, you know, happy with everything that he comes with. Like I said, he comes with a great array of accessories, and that Nimbus Cloud is going to be great on the shelf on display. So we have Goku at number 9, and then moving to number 8, Sage Mode Naruto. And the reason why I put this figure at number 8, honestly, I could have put him lower on the list in terms of a higher placement, like as better figure of the year, but I put him here because, you know, it's so similar to what we've had before, but it's also so great, if that makes sense. The body is a complete upgrade. I'm not a complete upgrade, but the materials are better, and his quality and feel is so much better. He comes with a lot of accessories. He comes with that soft goods cloak, and yeah, I think this is just a great figure for the price. Definitely one of the better Naruto figures in the line so far, and I'm very happy with how this figure came out. Honestly, I think he deserves higher on this list, but number 8, I'm going to put Sage Mode Naruto. And just so you can see what he comes with on the back, he comes with all his Rasengans, his cloak, like I said, and then that back piece that I'm not sure what it's called because I haven't gotten this far into Shippuden yet. But yeah, that's number 8 on my list. Here is number 7. And like, honestly, I'm very bad with tier lists, so making a top 10 was already hard for me. But I think number 7 is Daredevil. Daredevil was a bit of a letdown for a lot of people, but I think in terms of the body we got and just the comic feel of this figure is great. He looks cool. The only problem that I had with this figure was the batons having like the red paint rub off from his hands and then a bit of a scratch on his lower abdomen. But besides that, he's been functioning very well. I know people have also been breaking the longer baton and also the peg on the batons that attach to the side. So that is also another concern. He has a couple of issues, right? But for the most part, I think this is a great comic figure in the Mafex line, and I believe he deserves number 7 at least. And then moving on from Daredevil, SHF Itachi. And this is where I was kind of like considering whether I made a good decision putting Itachi over Sage Mode Naruto, because Sage Mode Naruto comes with a lot more, but I feel like SHF Itachi just looks so much cooler. I've seen so much like popularity amongst the community with this figure and how well received he is. So I think SHF Itachi is a pretty good figure. He was also like $20 cheaper than the Sage Mode, maybe even more than that shipped. So yeah, really happy with how this figure came out. At first I wasn't too crazy about it, but then like I just saw more people pose him and he looks great. Not much to say about SHF Itachi. The soft goods that they're going with is pretty good. I'm really happy with how this line is turning out. And I think SHF Naruto line is one of the best lines that they have, alongside the Dragon Ball line, of course. But Naruto's really had a massive improvement from when they rebooted their line. Very happy with how Itachi came out. Super excited for Pain. Super excited for all the new figures that are coming out next year. But yeah, we have Itachi at number 6, and we're moving on to number 5. Our Revoltech Winter Soldier. And I will tell you why he's so low on our list. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to have him much higher on their list, but I have Winter Soldier at number 5 because of the lack of accessories this guy has. He could have been so much better if he would have came with at least one weapon that wasn't a knife. Even if it was just one handgun, just one. But no, they made us go out of our way to purchase the Revoltech accessory pack, which makes this figure a almost 10 out of 10 figure. So, since you have to go out of your way to buy an accessory pack for him in order for him to feel great, that is why I said, let me put him at number 5. If it wasn't for that, I think he's a great figure. I am not crazy about how the faces look, but I usually have him in this like mask most of the time. And I don't know, I just feel like he came out great. He met all expectations, and he's a fan favorite this year. So can't complain about that. There's nothing to really say about him. He's great. It's just the accessories. My only problem is the accessories, and I'm purposely criticizing the accessories because when you're buying this figure, this is what you're getting with him. So you can't just criticize the figure itself. You have to criticize everything that you're paying for. And I just think that he could have came with so much more, and taking away that shield as a special part felt like a ripoff because this guy barely comes with anything. He comes with like 2 additional pairs of hands. That is unacceptable. How can we pay this price and only have 2 additional pairs of hands and you take away our shield? The shield should have came with him regardless. But we're not going to get into that. That's a discussion for a whole different video. But now we're moving on to number 4. Number 4 is Mafex Bane. This man is a complete monster. This guy is awesome. I love how he came out. He looks great. There's like some really great shading details. They did a great job on this Bane. And there's like, he doesn't come with many accessories either, but this man does not need to come with accessories. This man is supposed to come the way that he comes, and he is phenomenal. I did drop him once, and that kind of like made me a little upset. But man, on a shelf, this guy is going to look great, especially next to Nightfall Batman, which is another figure that did not make this list. I mentioned earlier I would have replaced him with Arkham Batman, but Arkham Batman is such a unique figure that I just loved it. Because we already have another Batman, like Batman Hush, the blue version, which is so similar, but so different at the same time. I'm considering making a comparison video, but that's besides the point. I think he looks great, and yeah, Mafex Bane, he's awesome. He's one of the better figures this year. He's phenomenal. I believe it's a new mold for Mafex. They have not made a figure this big before, so very impressive on their part. This gives me hope for a lot of other figures that they could make. I have good feelings about the future of this line, the future of all their lines, especially after such a great accomplishment with Mafex Bane. His articulation is very impressive for his size, and that's the reason why I put him at number 4. He's just great overall, and I believe he is also another fan favorite. So number 2 and 3 are both reissues, and the reason why, like I said, I put reissues on this list is because my honorable mentions have not gotten here yet. So realistically, my list would have been number 2 Captain America and number 3 Thor, or like vice versa. But since they are not here yet, and I do not want to put them on the list if I don't have them, number 3 is actually the reissue for Mafex Gambit. And this figure is probably one of the best comic figures in their Marvel line. He is phenomenal. I'm so happy I got him. I got him like 8 months after release, because he reissued in like January or February. I got him like 8 months after. Still very happy I got him. This figure has very few issues. He looks amazing. That like purple metallic look, it's so good. It's so vibrant. It looks fire. His accessories are amazing. This guy is the complete package of Gambit. He is fire. Fire. So, yeah, and the soft goods look great. The soft goods you can interchange with other figures, and man, this is what a complete Mafex release looks like. You have accessories for their powers, a great array of swappable hands, an additional head sculpt, and then he has like additional effects in the back. Very good. It's hard to not give this figure a 10 out of 10. And look on the back before we move on to number 2. You see all those accessories he comes with. Very great figure for the price. Very happy with this pickup. And now moving on to number 2, which is also a reissue. And like I explained earlier, he is on this list because my honorable mentions did not arrive. So we have 2.0 Spidey. This reissue is amazing. One of the best articulated Spider-Man figures at 1/12 scale. And I'm just very happy with how this guy came out. He was amazing. The only problems that he really has are some like poor paint jobs around his around his body, but nothing that I'm too picky about when it comes to Revoltech. I feel like paint is typically not their strong suit, and I will probably be making another video discussing why you should pick up Mafex, why you should pick up Revoltech, why you should pick up SHFs, and maybe do a pros and cons of each company. But yeah, gotta give it to this guy. He's awesome. He comes with webs, like these webs. He comes with the longer webs which can actually plug into his hands. He comes with swappable lenses, which I actually do not like swapping. His lenses can be a bit loose sometimes, so depending on how your figure came out, the lenses might pop out a bit, but I've never had issues with it. And he has a lot of hands here. Comparing to the Winter Soldier, this is much more, and it's just sad that they really just gave us knives and like the sheath for the knife, and that's it. Like, I guess the mask was cool, but look at this. And I know a lot of people aren't big fans of the translucent webs, but I believe it's comic accurate to this particular suit. And also the webs can attach as wings, I believe, on the side. So yeah, great pickup, great articulation, great design. I love the bulkiness of this Spider-Man. I feel like this one just sticks out in my collection. It looks great. Sheds light on a more muscular take on Spider-Man. So let's move on to the winner, number 1. The winner number 1 should be of no surprise. And honestly, I am actually not particularly the greatest fan. Like, this is not one of my favorite figures. Let me take that back. This is definitely one of my favorite figures, but it's not one that I go crazy over. And it's pretty surprising that I put this one at number 1. But I think that this figure does not have as many issues as the others have. And for that reason, I put him at number 1. And that is the monstrosity of Agent Venom. And I think when Agent Venom came out, the hype just like everyone knew this was going to be figure of the year. And I think if people left this one out, they might have like just died down with the hype. For me, the hype never really got to me. I just believe this figure is what the quality we should be getting from Revoltech. Okay, this is the quality we should be getting from Revoltech. If you got to up your price for like $10, $20 more to give us a complete package of this figure, okay, then do it. Okay, so let's look at everything he comes with on the back. This man's painting is awesome. Okay, painting, awesome. The painting is great. I have never had issues with the paint on this figure. I believe his torso articulation, like his abdomen, is awesome. It's awesome. It's so smooth, and it's like it reminds me of that Catwoman articulation where like when you move it, you can feel how smooth it is, and it's crazy to me that this figure is chunky. It has the armor to it, but it also articulates pretty good. I really am a fan of this figure, honestly. It turned out great, and I don't believe that we're going to see a better Agent Venom than this figure. I was very impressed with it. I will say the tentacles are a bit tedious to use because I'm lazy, not because they're hard to use. But the amount of accessories you get, it really makes me question why they held back on the Winter Soldier. But we both know the answer to that because they wanted us to buy that Revoltech accessory pack. I feel like that was really the push. It was for us to do an additional purchase. But man, this guy comes with 4 handguns, a grenade launcher, like 4 tentacles for the middle part and for the top part, even webs, 4 gun effects, 4 additional pairs of hands, pouches, and eye lens swaps, plus half guns to fit into the holster. Like, man, you cannot tell me that this is not like an absolute monster of a figure. This is a beast, and I believe this is my figure of the year. It's really gotta be Revoltech Agent Venom. Overall, we cover articulation, we cover design, we cover paint quality, value for your money, accessories. He just has all of it, and it's really hard not to give it to this bad boy right here. But that wraps up my video. Let me know what you guys think of my list. Take it with a grain of salt. 1 through 10, mix match it. Try not to think about it too deeply. I am, like I said, terrible with tier lists, and I kind of just compiled it by my personal favorites, but also with a little bit of objectivity, telling you the issues of each figure and telling you why some figures made it higher on the list than others. I find it very hard to be as objective as possible when some of these figures hold, sentimental value to me. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what your top 10 is. Let me know if you disagree or if you agree with some of my takes. And just remember, honorable mentions would have made it in swap of the reissues that I put on this list. I don't like putting reissues on the top 10 list, but I did because, like I said, Captain America and Thor did not arrive in time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm very excited to see what you guys have to say, what your top 10 is of 2024, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.